So here we are at the trailhead for Bluff Trail. It's only 2.38 miles long. No dogs. Heads all around here down to the bluff. And on the way, we'll be checking out all of our shrub here. Let's see if we can identify it for you real quickly as we walk around. So first up, this plant here is California sagebrush, Artemisia californica. It's one of the most common shrubs along the California coast. And up here, we have some coyote brush. And over here, this little flowering guy, all right, this is called sticky monkey flower, Diplacus Orientacus. He's got these little tubular flowers, great for hummingbirds and bees. And the leaves here, they have a phenolic resin that makes them a little sticky, and they're great for retaining water during droughts. So this plant here, this is a Seaside woolly sunflower, Aerophyllum stachyfolium. He's an Asteraceae. He's super common up here. He's got this cluster of inflorescence of pretty yellow flower heads. And you find them on the beaches, the dunes, coastal scrub, up in California, Oregon. And the leaves here, they're sort of a glaucous color. They're a little bit long, sometimes even lobed. All right, let's keep going. Okay, we have some more of our coastal sagebrush here, coyote brush, some of our golden bushes. And over here, buried in our shrub, this guy is California Seaside poppy, Eschscholzia californica, variation maritima. So this plant here sort of looks like a weed. This is a verbena. He's called Western vervain, Verbena lasiostachys. So each plant has 1 to 3 flower spikes at the tip here. Purple little flowers with 5 petals. And the leaves, now they're a little wide, somewhat lobed, serrated or toothed on the edges, really hairy. Now up here, this tall spike, this is Fennel Funiculum vulgare. Has this terminal compound umbel of tiny yellow flowers at the top of the stem. And the stem here is thick, super smooth, all the way to the top. Sometimes even gets like 8 feet high. It comes to us from the Mediterranean. So of course it's an herb, it's the same fennel used in cooking. And he smells like anise or licorice. Wow. We got more shrub here. Here's some more of our Monterey cypress on the hillside. Lots of huge fruits on these guys. So watch out for our poison oak. It grows all up here, all along the trail. It's really called Pacific poison oak or Western poison oak, Toxicodendron diversilobum. Now it grows as both a vine and a shrub, and he really stands out when he turns a little purple, like these guys here. Now here's some of our sea cliff buckwheat, Eriogonum parvifolium. It's got this pretty bunches of flowers here. So our trail continues. Move down here, but if you turn back, these beautiful bluffs here. Just eroding away like this beautiful bay out here. So here's a little California towhee along the trail. Here's some more poison oak, grows like a shrub. So remember, leaves of 3, let it be. And the toxic oils are found in both the leaves and the stems. So after the leaves fall after winter, You can still get rashes by contacting the stems. And this guy here, he's got berries on him. Now you can't eat them, but the birds seem to like them. Here's a better view of the little bay here. Little inlet, beach, eroding cliff. You want to go down there. This bird here is a Pigeon guillemot. Alright? Cephus columba. It's actually a type of an auk. And you find him along the coast in California up to Alaska. And you recognize him by his white patches on his wings, his bright orange-red legs and feet. He can dive 150 feet underwater, hunting for small fish, mollusks, crustaceans, worms, crabs, other little animals. So this weedy guy here, he's called California cudweed, Pseudo-Naphtalium californicum. He's an Asteraceae. He's got this cluster of flowers at the top here. Gets about 3 feet high, grows from Washington down to Baja. He smells a little bit like citrus. Here's some more of our Seaside woolly sunflower. He's got the silver glaucous lobe leaves, little cluster of yellow flowers, and he's all over the place up here. This guy here is a purple nightshade, Solanum xanthi. He's also known as a chaparral nightshade, or a purple nightshade, of course, and a San Diego nightshade. He's native to western United States, Arizona, California, Nevada, Oregon, down to Baja California. He's a perennial herb. He's lots of branching going on with this guy. He's got these purple stems. He's a little bit hairy. He's got both green little fruits and little dark berry fruits. So further along we have a little bench here. You can hang out, enjoy the view next to our cliffside buckwheat, now our sage, cowdy brush. Down here we have a few more of our Pigeon guillemot birds, and they're sort of bobbing up in the surf. So way up on the hillside, here's a big cottonwood forest. There's cottonwood trees. And over here is another view of our Monterey cypress. Out here. Hey, wow, check this out. Way down here on the rocks. These guys are black oyster catchers. Hematopus bachmani. You find them all along the shoreline from Alaska to Baja. Now you know he's a oyster catcher. He's different than the others because he's got black, right? Whole body's black, bright red bill, and pink legs. So this guy down here, this is a wild radish. Even looks like a radish. Raphanus sativus. You got these little flowers, sometimes purple to white, 4 little petals. It's a Brassicaceae, so related to mustards and cabbages. He comes from Asia, Europe, and Africa. He's invasive out here in California. Pretty much grows like a weed. Okay, and here is a larger one of our wild radish plants. Wow, it's got these beautiful, thick, purple-like stems and our pretty little 4-petal flowers. Check out these seed pods. They're like these bulb-like legumes. So this fern-like guy, he's called Moro milkvetch, Astragalus pertypes. He's got really nice gray-green, narrow, sort of woolly leaves. They lead up to a cluster of creamy flowers, and then they'll turn into little legume-like seed pods, Then they age and release the seeds. Here's some more seed pods. And when you open them up, you get these little seeds here. This plant, this is called alkali sea heath, Frankenia salina. Little squat, twiggy bush, likes to grow in saline environments from California down to Chile. Here's our common coast golden bush, Isocoma menzicii. He's an Asteraceae. He's got this cluster of pretty yellow flowers, this small oval-shaped, sort of serrated leaves, the kind of whorl of the stem. Hey, check out this little butterfly here. This guy's a western-tailed blue, Cupido amantula. This guy is on our woolly sunflower, but his larvae like to feed on our milk veg plants. You usually find them flying around here from March to July. They live all the way from Alaska down to Baja. And here's some more of our Moro milk veg. Got these ferny leaves, pretty flowers and seed pods. So in addition to our Seaside poppies, we also have our California poppies, of course. It's a California state flower. This guy lost a couple petals. So here, this is another of our wild radishes. This guy here, he's got a disease, Fusarium wilt rot. And then the leaves turn yellow, the stems get a silvery tan color, and the flowers shrivel up. The lower stems around the bulb turn dark brown, and then basically this little radish here is going to die. This little lizard here is a western fence lizard, Scala Porous Occidentalis. And you find them all throughout western United States, Arizona, Nevada, California, lots of places. He's also called a bluebelly. He's the guy in your backyard who's always doing push-ups. Wow. Here's some more of our cliff. Water coming in and out with the tide. And out here we have some western gulls. Out here we have some brown pelicans flying around. So this little guy here, really thistly, he's a milk thistle. Silybum marianum. People call him a silly bum. I call him a Silybum. He's a thistle. Look at that, not just here up by the flower, but also all along the leaves and the stem. I don't want to touch this guy. He's an Asteraceae, or an aster. He's related to our sunflowers, our daisies. So inside the flower are many, many individual flowers. If you look closely, you see the little anthers with the white pollen there on top. So at the end of the bluff, here, at the very end of the bluff, you go down and check out the tide pools. Go down here too, where the rocks all slanted like this from the uprising.
Ooh! That one.
And out here we have some cormorants. See, these are pelagic cormorants, not the Brandt's cormorants. We're down here in the tide pool area, right? We got the surf coming in. Here's wave here. Wow. So let's see if we find some critters down here. Some snails, crabs, anemone, of course, we have cormorants on the rocks. Okay, this crab here, this is a graceful rock crab. Metacarcinus docilus. Sometimes he's called a slender crab. He gets his name graceful rock crab because he's so graceful on the rocks. Check him out. He's usually an olive brown color, yellowish purple legs. He only lives in the Pacific Ocean, and he lives here on our rocks. Here's another crab, striped shore crab. Pachygrapsis Graceful. He's called a striped crab from the little greenish stripes on the top of his carapace. Now we find him mostly from Central Oregon, California coast, and down to Baja. Now let's see if we get this striped crab here to come out from under the rock. I'll tease him a little bit with the stick. Let's see what happens here. Here's another beach and some tide pools. You walk down to, tide's coming in. It's pretty rough, absolutely beautiful. Right here, this is our Chilean ice plant, invasive up here, all throughout California. This plant here grows a lot on the sea cliffs. This is called Bluff Lettuce, Dudleya verinosa. He's a succulent, and you find him from coastal central California up to Oregon. And like most of our succulents, he sprouts up these stems of flowers. All right, how about that? And here's some oyster catchers on the rocks here, enjoying the surf. So if you want, just head down the trail here. Takes you out to a little beach in the tide pools, but that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to finish up a Bluff Trail out here. Hope you enjoyed it over at Islay Creek, and hopefully you can watch some other videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.